Hey, good morning, Morter Marchers. I'm Dr. Ted Morter. Thank you for being here with me on this lovely Monday morning here in Northwest Arkansas. Thanks for being with me and participating in the Morter March. I appreciate it. I try to use lessons that I learn every single day to relate back to the march when we do this, because it brings me back to my roots. It brings me back to the idea that, nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody jumps to conclusions. And I started this morning talking about judge not, lest you be judged. And I'm thinking too quick to judge. And here's an example that I used. Jana and I yesterday decided that she wanted a specialized little typewriter desk. It was an oak. It was a beautiful piece of furniture. It was over in Muskogee, Oklahoma, which is a couple hours. And I said, hey, let me see if I can just pick that up on Facebook and we can go for a little drive. We love to go on drives on the weekend for an hour or two. And it's kind of our fun time to be together and just relax and talk and plan and dream and come up with ideas that we have for our future. At any rate, we're going to Muskogee, Oklahoma. Never been there. And I know why now, when I got there. So we have to go to Tulsa. It's about a 2-hour drive, as I said. And towards Tulsa, you go south on 69 highway, and you get further and further and further into the boondocks, I would say. And you come into a little town where they're doing all the road work, and it's Muskogee. So the GPS says turn here on Broadway. So I turn on Broadway and we head downtown to downtown Muskogee. Oh my gosh. By the time we got there, this whole place is deserted. There's nothing. I mean, downtown, all the shops were probably, it was from 1100 block to the 500 block. So 6 blocks vacant all the way down on both sides of the road. It was kind of depressing. And I thought, boy, this is a little sketchy here. What's going on? I'm not sure about this. I'm judging. I'm thinking, okay, kind of sketch. So we missed the place, had to turn around, we go back, and sure enough, we found the little antique place in a little strip mall, and it looked pretty sketchy too. I'm thinking, oh boy, what have we gotten into here? So we go in, it's not getting any better, it's getting worse. I'm thinking, why are we here? What's going on? And then the people looked a little strange, and I'm thinking, okay. So I told the girl at the front, I said, okay, we came to get this typewriter desk. She goes, oh, well, follow me. Very chipper, and I thought, oh, okay. So we go back and wind our way back through this little deal, and I'm looking at all the junk, I would call it, in this little mall, or this little antique place. Anyway, I wouldn't give you $50 for the whole thing, the whole store. We get back to the back, over to the corner, and here's this beautiful piece of furniture. I mean, it's gorgeous. And the gal comes out, she goes, oh, you're here for this one. And just as sweet as she could possibly be. Nice, friendly, she started telling me the story about the piece and how she had bought it at an estate sale and how she cleaned it all up and kind of resurfaced some of the finishes on it, sanded up some of the ink that had spilled on it. It was a gorgeous piece of furniture, and it was very reasonably priced. It was, worth the trip over there. And she was so helpful, telling us all the stories about it. Another guy comes walking up and he said, hey, can I help you? We'll get this thing out of here. Hi, Diane. Good morning. I'll help you get this. We'll put it on a dolly and we'll get it out to the front for you. Your car's out front there and we can just back right up. And so we did that and, hauled it through the little alcoves to get back up to the front. Very, very nice people. And get to the front, out the door. Another guy comes walking up on the curb, who I don't think he knew anybody there. He just had pulled up there. Remember, there's nobody around. This place is like deserted. This guy comes walking up and I'm thinking, okay, what's this? He goes, hey, can I help you guys get that in the car? Do you need help? You need anything? I'm thinking, holy smokes. And it turned out the people there were the nicest people that I've ever been around. I'm like, holy smokes, I forgot what it's like to be in a small town. I grew up here in Rogers. It's a small town. Hi, Paul. Small town has started at 8,000 people. Now it's about 50,000 people. But in a small town, everybody knows everybody. Everybody helps. Everybody pitches in. Everybody jumps in there to help out. These guys were helping me get this cabinet, this desk, into the back of the car, into Jana's vehicle. And I didn't know any of them. They didn't know me for squat. And they didn't know each other, it turned out. And they were all just jumping in there to help. And everybody was so friendly and so sweet, if you will. We really talked. And the gal sent me a text on the way back home. Thanks so much for shopping, coming over here a couple hours. I really appreciate your business. If there's anything else you need, just let me know. That's the kind of people that you want to be around. This is the kind of situation I wanted to be around. Even though I thought it was sketchy at first, I was too quick to judge. And Jan and I both agreed. We judged that place thinking, this is not not what I was hoping for, but it turned out it was more than we'd hoped for. And you'll find that in life all the time. That you'll expect one thing to come along a certain way, and then all of a sudden, maybe you're expecting, because your mind goes negative, you're expecting the worst, and all of a sudden it turns out to be one of the best days ever. What the heck? So you have to use your brain up here to throttle it back down sometimes when it goes wild and you're thinking certain things are going to happen a certain way that you're predicting based on past experiences. But truth be told, you might be completely wrong. It's the same thing with worrying about something that's going to happen that's bad for you or something bad to you. You're going to be in trouble. You're going to worry. You're going to hate. You're going to misjudge. No. Hey, Nevin, just quiet all that down. Calm this part down. Be thankful and grateful for where you are, the people that you're around, and you'll attract more people like that around you. I have to think we attracted those people to us because Jen and I think we're pretty nice people. We like to have fun, and we talk, and we laugh, and we joke, and we, help other people whenever chance we can. And I think that's why it comes back towards us as well. So it was a great trip. Took 2 hours to get there, 15 minutes to load it up, 2 hours to come back home. And it was a wonderful time. We had a great time talking and laughing and joking about it and how we got bumfuzzled about how nice it really turned out to be. Even that little old town of Muskogee that Lord knows they need some help over there. But nonetheless, I thought I would use that today to say to each of you, look into what's happening with you during the day. And are you judging? Are you quick to judge? Are you prejudging a situation? And then you're focusing on that, and that's the way it turns out because you see what you look for. So if you're looking for that, is that what you're finding? And is that what you're supporting what's happening up here in your brain? So if you want to change that, you change what's going on up here in your conscious thinking brain, and you start to focus on things that are nice, good, fun, giving, grateful, thankful, that type of feeling versus worry, hate, fear, anger, jealousy, all the negative things that we tend to run into. So just keep that in mind today when you're doing your march. It's summertime. Hey, Blake, good morning to you, buddy. Keep that in mind and start to look towards bigger fun things. On a side note, Tom came down yesterday in his gator, and he had two young couples with him, and it turns out they were from Argentina, one of the businesses that we have down there with Gaucho, and they came up to visit, and they were going to Kansas City up to see the World Cup because they happened to mention they were from Argentina, and one of the young gals was like, that we've won the World Cup 4 times now, and we took it last year or something. I just started laughing. She goes, you might want to take notes because it's not what you think it's going to be. So you never know what's going to happen in your life. Attract these people to your life. Enjoy people when they're coming there. Look at the big plan and say, when people are placed before you, what's the reason? Why are you here in my life? What can I learn from you? How can I get better? How can I help? What can I do to be kind, thankful, grateful? That's just what I'm thinking about today. So I would be thankful and grateful today just for overall kindness and being thankful and grateful. Because I like kindness, thankful, grateful. And I want more of that in my life. If you want more of that in your life, start projecting that out there. Be thankful and grateful for it. And if you do the march, you're thinking about it up in here, and it's going to infiltrate down into the subconscious, which is where we talk into the subconscious by our position with our arms and whatnot. So we're thinking and we're positioning to be thankful and grateful for happiness and all the great things that come our way. And the more you think about that, the more you do that, the more things will come that way. That's just the way, that's the law of attraction, not how it works. What you think about, you bring about. That's the way it works. So if you're caught up in thinking about negative things, if you're one of those people that always thinks about negative, you can't find anything good. You would gripe if you were hung with a new rope. You don't see anything good. You're always just focused on the negative and how bad things are. You know what? Just stay away from people like that. Don't get around them because you're not going to change them, and they're going to bring you down to that level if you let them. So just, let it like water off a duck's back. Just let it go, let it go, let it go. They're going to be what they're going to be. They're going to worry about everything in the world and look for the bad. I'm just going to focus on happiness and looking for the good. Let's do the march. So I got my left foot out, my right arm up. I'm thankful and grateful for happiness in my life. Thankful and grateful for happiness in my life. Close your eyes, thankful and grateful for happiness in my life. And stretch your arms out there. Stretch them out. There you go. That felt good. Wow, cool. Are you with me? All right. Let's try the other way. I'm thankful and grateful for happiness in my life. Happiness in my life. Happiness in my life. Paul, I know you're doing it with me. Blake, I know you're doing it with me. Diane, I know it. Come on. I'm thankful and grateful for happiness in my life. Happiness in my life. Happiness in my life. Because that's going to bring more happiness into my life. And with this March, I'm going to be able to accept it, acknowledge it, and bring it to internalize it. That's part of the problem we run into. People, they just can't do that. It just falls off of them. They don't pay any attention. They're just focused on the negative. All right, here we go again. I'm thankful and grateful for happiness in my life, happiness in my life, happiness in my life. Let's switch the other way. I'm thankful and grateful for happiness in my life, happiness in my life, happiness in my life. I'm thankful and grateful for all the things in this country. I'm thankful and grateful. Ordered a bunch of big old fireworks today for the 4th. Going to go fishing in Canada. It's happy, happy, happy. Figure out things that are going to be happy. Let's do that one more set. Thankful and grateful for happiness in my life, happiness in my life. Come on, do it with me. Shannon, you're probably out there too down in Texas. I'll bet you're here. Dolly, are you there from Colorado? Dr. Lowe? Thankful and grateful for happiness, happiness, happiness in my life. Ralph LeBlanc, I hope you're with me from Branson. Doctors all over the world. Having a great time. All right, guys. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week this week. Let's see. I think I'm still here next week before I go to Canada. If not, if I'm leaving on Monday, I might miss you. But if I'm not here next week, I'm going fishing to Canada. If I'm here, I haven't left yet. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'm Dr. Ted. Thanks for being with me.